everyone. In the last class, we discussed about stopping side distance, SSD, formula of SSD, and some examples. Formula SSD 0.278 V into T and plus V squared divided by 254 into V. Today we'll discuss about overtaking side distance. Overtaking side distance. What is overtaking side distance? The minimum distance upon the vision of the driver of vehicle intending to overtake slow vehicle ahead with safety against the traffic of opposite direction is known as minimum overtaking side distance or the safe passing side distance. For example, the minimum distance to open the vision of the driver, the minimum distance required to overtake the one vehicle from another, that is called overtaking side distance. The minimum distance required to overtake one vehicle by looking at opposite direction any vehicle is coming. The overtaking side distance, or in short OSD, is the distance measured along the center of the road which a driver with his eye level 1.2 meter above the road surface can see the top of an object 1.2 meter above the road surface. The eye level, the driver eye should be 1.2 meter above the road surface to measure from the road surface to the driver eyesight. What are the factors affecting OSD? Speed of overtaking vehicle, speed of overtaken vehicle, the vehicle coming from the opposite direction, if any. Three main factors. One is overtaking vehicle, who overtaking that vehicle, who is the overtaking that vehicle, overtaken vehicle, and another one is overtaken vehicle, and another one is opposite direction any vehicle is coming, that factor should be considered. And the distance between overtaking and overtaken vehicles, the distance between overtaking and overtaken vehicles also important. Okay, the distance between overtaking and overtaken is also important. Skill and reaction time of the driver is very important. The driver skill is very important here because he can manage the any accident occurring in the road. And reaction time is also important. Reaction time is very important for any driver. And rate of acceleration of overtaking vehicle. The acceleration of overtaking vehicle, what the speed of vehicle that will be overtaken, that is important. Next is gradient of the road. Gradient of the road is also important. It may be higher gradient or rolling gradient. We'll discuss in upcoming class what are the gradient of the road. These are the some factors affecting OSD. Follow the page number 96 of the SK Kannageshwar book. In figure 4.1, D1 is the distance traveled by overtaking vehicle during the reaction time t second of the driver from position A1 to A2. Okay. D2 is the distance traveled by the vehicle A from A2, and A3 is the actual overtaking operation in time t second. D3 is the distance traveled by an oncoming vehicle C from C1 to C2 during the overtaking operation of A, that is t second. B is the overtaken or slow moving vehicle. The B is the overtaken or slow moving vehicle moving with uniform speed VB meter per second or in kmph. C is vehicle coming from opposite direction at the design speed V kmph. The distance traveled by the vehicle during this reaction time is D1, and it position between the position A1 and A2. The distance will be equal to VB into T meter, where T is the reaction time of the driver in second, that is 2 seconds. And we will get the formula OSD, overtaking side distance, equal to D1 plus D2 plus D3. And OSD is equal to 0.28 VB into T plus 0.28 VB into capital T plus 2S plus 0.28 V into capital T. S is spacing of vehicles, 0.2 VV plus 6. T is equal to root of 4 into 3.6 S divided by A is equal to root of 14.4 second divided by A. If the speed of overtaken vehicle is not given, we have to take VB is equal to V minus 16 kmph. VB is overtaken vehicle, and where V is speed of overtaking vehicle in kmph. The minimum overtaking side distance given by for two-way traffic D1 plus D2 plus D3. For one-way traffic, it is D1 plus D2. because in one-way traffic there is no vehicle coming from opposite direction. Okay, in a two-way traffic there may be chance of other vehicle is coming in opposite direction. In one-way it is less chances are there. And what is overtaking zone? It is desirable to construct highway in such a way that the length of the road visible ahead at every point is sufficient for safe overtaking. This is a seldom practicable, and there may be stretches where the safe overtaking systems can not be provided. But the overtaking opportunity for the vehicle moving at design speed should be given at frequent intervals. Should give the overtaking zone at particular zone at that intervals. The vehicle should be overtaken by that vehicle. This is called overtaking zones. These zones which are meant for overtaking are called overtaking zones. Who taken overtaken, that is called overtaken zones. The minimum length overtaking zone should be 3 times of safe overtaking. That is 3 into d1 plus d2 for one-way roads. For two-way road, 3 into d1 plus d2 plus d3. Desired length of overtaking zone is kept 5 times of overtaking side distance. That is 5 times of d1 plus d2 for one-way. For two-way, 5 times of d1 plus d2 plus d3. These are the some zones they have provided. Example, S1 and S2. S1 is overtaking zone and S2 is end of overtaking zone. At this particular distance, we have to vehicle should be overtaken from another vehicle. The maximum is 5 times of OSD and minimum is 3 times of OSD. Some of the examples. Example 1, speed of overtaking and overtaking across 1740 kmph respectively on a two-way traffic road if the acceleration of overtaking vehicle is 0.99 meter per second square. What should we calculate? Safe overtaking side distance. Calculate the minimum and desired length of overtaking zone, that is 3 times of OSD. Draw the neat sketch of overtaking zone and show the position of the signpost. Formula is same. OSD is equal to 0.28 VB into T. VB is V minus 60, but VB is here given overtaken vehicle. Okay, when you apply the formula, put the values, you get the result. They are very easy problems. Next is very important, design of horizontal alignment. What is horizontal alignment? In the figure, you can see the different curves. Different curves are given. These are called horizontal curves. Okay, in the horizontal level, it is called horizontal curves. In vertical or inclined, it is called vertical curve. What exactly horizontal curve is? A horizontal curve is a curve in plan to provide change in direction to the center line of a road. It is a perfect plan to change in the direction of the center line of the road. It can change the direction of a particular road, where to travel in the future. When a vehicle traverses a horizontal curve, the centrifugal force acts horizontally outwards through the center of gravity of the vehicle. When a vehicle traverses a horizontal curve, the centrifugal force acts horizontally outwards. What happens when the CG is acting on a vehicle? It acts horizontally outwards through the center of gravity of the vehicle. P is equal to W V square divided by G into R, where P is centrifugal force in kg, weight of the vehicle in kg, R is radius of the circular curve, and V is speed of the vehicle, and G is acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meter per second. This is the vehicle, width of the vehicle, W. H is height of the vehicle. P is centrifugal force acting upon the vehicle. F is different forces are acting. B is width of the vehicle. Okay, P is centrifugal force acting on a vehicle. P by W is known as centrifugal ratio, and they are the impact factor. The centrifugal ratio is thus equal to V square divided by G. The centrifugal force acting on a vehicle negotiating horizontal curve has two effects. Tendency to overturn the vehicle outwards, avoid the outer wheels, tendency to skid the vehicle laterally. What happens means when the vehicle traveling at some speed, it has a tendency to overturn the vehicle. It should go outward about the other vehicles. It means it move outside the route. Otherwise, it is a tendency to skid the vehicle laterally outwards. Due to this, overturning effect will occur. The equilibrium condition for overturning will occur when pH horizontal centrifugal force is WP by 2 when P by W is equal to V by 2H. This means that there is a danger of overturning when the centrifugal force ratio P by W or V square by G attains values of V by 2H. To control the centrifugal force, we are provided some skidding effect. P is equal to Fa plus Fb. Two forces are acting on a vehicle. That is called F into W. Since P is equal to Fw, the centrifugal ratio P by W is equal to F. In other words, when the centrifugal ratio attains a value equal to coefficient of lateral friction, there is a danger of lateral skidding. When centrifugal ratio is equal to coefficient of lateral friction, there is a danger of skidding. Friction should be more than centrifugal ratio. Thus, to avoid overturning lateral skidding on horizontal curve, centrifugal ratio should be always less than V by 2H or friction. F is less than B by 2H, the vehicle would skid and not overturn. B by 2H is lower than F, the vehicle would overturn on the outer side before skidding. Superannuation. In order to counteract the effect of centrifugal force to reduce the tendency of the vehicle to overturn or skid, the outer edge should be raised with respect to inner edge. In order to counteract, to reduce the centrifugal force, we should raise the outer edge of the road. Our pavement should be raised with respect to inner edge. We should increase the outer edge of the road. Then automatically the centrifugal force will not go outward or will not act outwards. Throughout the length of the horizontal curve, the transverse inclination of the pavement surface is known as superelevation or cant or banking. This term is called superelevation or cant or banking. On the bank of the road, we should increase the thickness of the road at the outer edge. Then automatically the vehicle will can't go outwards. Superelevation is E is expressed as the ratio of height of the outer edge with respect to horizontal width. Example, superelevation. You see, capital E is equal to E into B. Superelevation is acting on the outer edge of the road. That is called superelevation or canting, cant or banking. Due to centrifugal force, the vehicle will go outward of the road. Will pass the road, will jump to the outside of the road. That's why we are providing superelevation. Example, different angles are acting on superelevation. W sine alpha on a vehicle, W cos alpha on horizontal, sine alpha on vertical. Okay, here elevation were provided small e. Okay. Analysis of superelevation. The force acting on the vehicle while moving on a circular curve of radius r meters at speed of v meter per second r. Centrifugal force P is equal to W into V square divided by G into R. W is weight of the vehicle, V is velocity of the vehicle, G acceleration due to gravity is acting outwards through the center of gravity CG. The weight W of the vehicle acting vertically downwards through the CG. So frictional force developed between the wheels and pavement counteract the transversely along the pavement surface toward the center of the curve. The formula of superelevation continued. Tan alpha plus f is squared divided by gr 1 minus f tan alpha. Dividing cos alpha on both sides, you get e plus f is squared divided by gr 1 minus fe. 1 minus fe is taken as 1 approximately, then r is equal to v squared divided by g into f plus e. Then formula becomes e plus f is equal to v squared divided by g into r, v in meter per second, r in meter. Otherwise, when v is taken as kmph, e plus f is equal to v squared divided by 127 r. E is super elevation, f is friction, r is radius of the curve. E is rate of super elevation, F is lateral friction 0.15 fixed, V is speed of the vehicle meter per second, radius of the horizontal curve 9.8 meter per second square. Next, maximum super elevation. In case of heavily loaded bullock carts and trucks carrying less dense material, okay, in the case of heavily loaded bullock carts and trucks, they are carrying less dense material such as cotton, straw, okay, they are carrying very less denser material compared to higher denser material. The centric gravity of loaded vehicle will be relatively high and it will not safe for such vehicle to move on road with high rate of super elevation. Because of heavy loaded bullock carts or trucks, it not easy to move with that weight with the help of center of gravity. It is very relatively high at that of time. It will not safe for such vehicle to move on road with a slow speed. The centrifugal force will be negligibly small in the case of bullock carts, and avoid the danger of toppling of such loaded slow moving vehicles. It is essential to limit the value of maximum allowable super elevation. Indian Road Congress had fixed the maximum limit of super elevation in plain and rolling terrains, and the snow bound area is 7%. IRC Indian Road Congress had fixed the maximum limit of super elevation almost 7% in plain rolling area and snow bound areas. On hilly road not bounded by snow, a maximum super elevation up to 10%. Snow, if ice fall 7%, if not, it is 10%. On urban roads stretches with frequent intersection, it may be necessary to limit the maximum super elevation to 4%. Minimum super elevation. For drainage consideration, it is necessary to have minimum cross drainable surface water. If the calculated super elevation is equal to or less than camber of the road surface, then minimum super elevation to be provided on the horizontal curve may be limited to camber of the surface. Okay, it should be equal to or less than camber of the road surface. Means slope of the surface to drain up the rain runoff or to drain up the rainwater on fallen on the road. We should given super elevation such that it should be equal or less than camber of the road surface. That is slope of the road surface. Camber means slope of the road surface. Design of super elevation. The super elevation for 70% of design speed, that is nothing but 0.75 v square divided by 127 or simplification you get capital V square divided by 220 r. If the calculated value of E is less than 7%, the value obtained is provided. If the value of E is step 1 exceed 0.07, then provided maximum super elevation equal to 0.07 and proceed with step 3 or 4. If the V is less than 7%, the value so obtained is provided. Whatever value you get, it should be provided. If the value of the E step exceeds 0.07, then provide maximum super elevation is 0.07. Proceed with 3 and 4 steps. Step 3, check the coefficient of friction developed for the maximum value of P 0.07 and the full value of design speed is F is equal to V square divided by 127 R minus 0.07. If the value of thus calculated is less than 0.15, the super elevation of 0.07 is safe for design speed. If not, calculate the restrict speed as given in step 4. If the super elevation is safe for design speed when it is less than 0.15. For what? F value is less than 0.15, then it is safe for design speed. If not, go for step 4. In the step 4, the allowable speed at the curve is calculated by considering design coefficient of lateral friction and the maximum super elevation. E plus F is equal to 0.07 plus 0.15 equal to VA square divided by 127 R. If the allowable speed calculated above is higher than design speed, then the design is adequate and provides super elevation equal to 0.07. Okay, it should not be higher than design speed. Then design adequate is provided super elevation is equal to 0.7. If the speed is less than design speed, the speed is limited to allowed speed VA kmph. Whatever you value you get in EVA, then that is the value of design speed. Attainment of super elevation split up into two parts: elimination of crown of the camber section, rotation of pavement to attain full super elevation. Elimination of crown of the camber section. First method, outer edge rotated above the crown. Outer edge should be rotated above the crown to provide the super elevation. Next disadvantage is small length of road, cross slope less than camber. Cross slope should be not less than camber, it should be more than camber or equal to. Drainage problem will occur. Second method, cross shifted outwards. Large negative super elevation on the outer hop. Driver have tendency to run the vehicle along shifted crown. Some of the example are given. Example 1, radius of horizontal curve is 100 meter, design speed is 50 kmph, and design coefficient lateral friction is 0.15. Calculate the super elevation. As usual, formula E plus F is equal to V square by 225 R. These are very easy problems. You can calculate easily. Next, radius of horizontal curve. Minimum radius of the curve for ruling design speed v meter per second or v kmph is given by r ruling is equal to v square divided by 127 e plus m for ruling gradient. According to earlier specification of the Indian Road Congress, the ruling minimum radius of horizontal curve calculated from speed value 16 kmph higher than the design speed, that is v plus 16 kmph. Again examples. Next is widening of pavement on horizontal curve. How to widen the pavement? On the horizontal curves, especially when they are not very large radii, on the horizontal curve, especially when they are not of very large radii, it is common to widen the pavement slightly more than the normal width. We should increase the width of the road. Widening is needed for the following reason. Driver experiences difficulty in steering around the curve. He faces difficulty in turning around the curve. The vehicle occupies greater width as the rear wheel don't track the front wheel, known as off tracking. The vehicle occupies greater width, but rear vehicle back wheel don't track the front wheel, is known as off tracking. For greater visibility of at curve, the driver have tendency not to follow the center path of the lane, but use the outer side of the beginning of the curve. At a greater visibility curve, driver has a normal tendency to he not follow the center path. It follows the only outer side of the curve. While two vehicles cross or overtake at horizontal curve, there is a psychological tendency to maintain greater clearance between vehicle for safety. When two vehicles cross overtake horizontal curve, there is a tendency to maintain greater distance between vehicle. Off tracking, an automobile has a rigid wheelbase and only the front wheels can be turned. When this vehicle takes a turn to negotiate horizontal curve, the rear wheels do not follow the same path as that of front wheel. This phenomenon is called off tracking. An automobile has a rigid wheelbase and the front wheel can be turned. When this vehicle takes turn to negotiate horizontal curve, the rear wheel do not follow the same path as that of front wheel. This phenomenon is called off tracking. The required extra widening of the pavement at horizontal curve depends on the length of the wheelbase of the vehicle, radius r, and some psychological factors. Analysis of extra widening on the curves. Mechanical widening. The widening required to account for off tracking due to rigidity of wheelbase, that is called mechanical widening. And second one, psychological widening. Extra width of the pavement is also provided for psychological reasons such as greater maneuverability of steering at higher speed, to allow the extra space for overhang of the vehicles, and to provide greater clearance for crossing and overturning vehicle on the curve. That is given by Mechanical widening plus psychological widening. Two are very important in extra widening. Mechanical widening, in the diagram they are given R2 minus R1, radius of curve R1 and R2. OA square is equal to OB square minus BA square. OAB is a triangle. OA square is equal to OB square minus BA square. That is nothing but R1 square. This one R1. R2 square minus L square. Where Rn is mean radius of the curve, number of tropic lanes, mean radius of the curve, length of the wheelbase of longest vehicle meter, 6 meter or 6.1 meter for commercial vehicles, design speed of AMPH. L is the length of the vehicle here. Okay, and R1 R2 are the radius of the curve. And we get the formula Wm mechanical winding is equal to L square divided by 2R or NL square divided by 2R. N is number of vehicles, L is length of the wheelbase. Psychological widening, WPS, V is equal to 9.5 divided by root R. Design speed of the vehicle kilometer per hour, and R is radius of the car in meter. Total extra widening, mechanical widening is plus psychological widening. WE is equal to NL square divided by 2R plus V divided by 9.5 root R. N is number of vehicle, L is length of the vehicle, R is radius. Total extra is taken as mechanical widening plus psychological widening. Method of introducing extra widening. Okay, we will discuss in this one is next class. Okay, bye.